mystic sage. Your signature ain't worth the ink, you leave it on the page. You will not ignore me, I'll meet you in the morning. I think it's time you had a look at the other side of life. Can't you see the warnings? We're heading towards the morning. You can't stop the sun that shines a brand new kind of light. Whoa, 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 whoa. Looking down your nose at me, you think you're something else. You must think I'm the dog that drools each time you ring the bell. I am not your servant of this most unholy kind. I am just a messenger here to free your minds. You will not ignore me, I'll meet you in the morning. I think it's time you had a look at the other side of life. Can't you see the warnings? We're headed towards the morning. You can't stop the sun that shines a brand new kind of light. Oh, 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 oh. One day soon the sun will rise upon this human race. We'll see all the beauty that surrounds us in this place. It's not from all the things you buy with money you have earned. It's how you treat the people with the love that you have learned. You will not ignore me, I'll meet you in the morning. I think it's time you had a look at the other side of life. Can't you see the warnings? We're headed towards the morning. You can't stop the sun that shines a brand new kind of light. Oh, 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 oh. Since you know you high-class social climbers play your games, meet the man that works the clock from 9 to 5 each day. Though you sign my paychecks, buddy, you ain't no mystic sage. Your signature ain't worth the ink, you leave it on the page. You will not ignore me, I'll meet you in the morning. I think it's time you had a look at the other side of life. Can't you see the warnings? We're heading towards the morning. You can't stop the sun that shines a brand new kind of light. Whoa, 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 whoa. Looking down your nose at me, you think you're something else. You must think I'm the dog that drools each time you ring the bell. messenger here to free your minds. You will not ignore me, I'll meet you in the morning. I think it's time you had a look at the other side of life. Can't you see the warnings? We're headed towards the morning. You can't stop the sun that shines a brand new kind of light. Oh, 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 oh. One day soon the sun will rise upon this human race. We'll see all the beauty that surrounds us in this place. It's not from all the things you buy with money you have earned. It's how you treat the people with the love that you have learned. You will not ignore me, I'll meet you in the morning. I think it's time you had a look at the other side of life. Can't you see the warnings? We're headed towards the morning. You can't stop the sun that shines a brand new kind of light. Oh, 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 oh.
Hey everybody, how you doing, Adudu? All right. What's up, B? You ready to fly to San Francisco? So the first thing that we're going to do right now, and you should be able to see this, is I'm going to use FlightAware to get a route for us. Can you guys hear me okay? Alright, so we're going to be flying Boston to San Francisco. Cool. Alright, so we're using FlightAware right now, which is, like that's like the most common flight tracking website. What I'm going to do from this, I have a little bit more access to it than just a standard user. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for, since we're going to be using real-world weather, I'm going to use the real-world route from a flight that is actually active right now. They're actually halfway through their flight right now. So I'm going to use the same routing that they did. Okay, so they left from gate B23. The white noise is a bit distracting every time I speak. Stand by, and let me see if I can make that better. What am I doing? Hold on just a second. Light sim mic. Filters. Edit filters. My noise generator. Open the interface for that. Let's go ahead and turn that down to about Negative 65 decibels. Okay, so it should be a little bit. And actually, how about if I change it to that? Is that better? So there's a little bit less white noise. Okay, much better. Cool. All right, so let me close that. Okay, so the gate that I already have the plane at is correct. Okay, so what we're looking at right here is this this routing right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to copy this, and then we're going to go into SimBrief, which will actually generate a flight plan for us that I can pop onto my iPad and whatnot. Just like the real deal. Okay, so let's see. We're going to do a new flight. New flight. Okay, so flight info. So airline is going to be United, so we're UAL. And our flight number is going to be 378. Okay, and we're going to be departing from Boston and arriving in San Francisco. Okay, and we're going to select one of my custom airframes, which I've already got set up. We're going to take this one right here. So we're going to be flying the 737-900 extended range. This is actually a very long flight. It almost pushes the plane to its maximum range. So it'll be nice and heavy. So scheduled flight time, let's see what the scheduled flight time on this was. It should be about, 6 hours and 32 minutes. So it should be 6 hours and 12 minutes. Because we're going to take off 10 minutes on each side for taxi. Let's see. So 6 hours and 12 minutes. It's not actually going to take us that long. We're going to use time compression. So we'll get there much faster. Passengers, it's going to be a full flight, and I already know the zero fuel weight of the aircraft right now is 142,000 pounds. Taxi out, taxi in time is good. Okay, so now what we're going to do into the route, we're going to paste from FlightAware. Okay, and I know we're actually going to be using the Highland 4 departure. Let's analyze the route. Okay, always 2 is not found, so the always 1 is invalid for 28, right? Okay, so you know what? Never mind the standard arrival. And actually, never mind the instrument departure either. We'll take care of all that in the plane. Okay, so this is going to be our route right here. So it's going to take us west across New York, over the Great Lakes. Going to pass over Chicago, basically. Then we're going to fly through the Midwest, Illinois, Iowa, Nebraska, Colorado, Utah, Nevada, and then into California. All right, so let me make sure that this all seems right. Yeah, route distance, 2,379 nautical miles. Captain name is Nick Strait. That's right. That's right. Let's see, scheduled flight time, 6 hours and 12 minutes. Blah, blah, blah. Flight number is correct. Okay, let's go ahead and save that flight and then generate a flight plan. And then I'm going to bounce that onto my tablet. I should generate this flight plan. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. All right, let me open Chrome. Okay, generating my briefing package. This is not quite as straightforward as just just hopping in a little single engine prop and going for it. This is a little more involved. All right, so I'm going to print, view the PDF for this flight. Okay, send to your devices. I'm going to send that to my iPad Air 2. I'm going to open that on my iPad. Okay, and now what we're looking at right here. Oh, hold on a second. Wrong format. What the heck, man? Edit flight. That's totally the wrong format. Why did it do that? Man, why did it reset all that? SimBrief just did a migration over to they merged with Navigraph, which is one of the biggest, if not the biggest. We're gonna use a Delta Airlines layout for the briefing because I think they're the easiest to read. Delta Airlines, everything in pounds, runway analysis, flight maps detailed. Let me just double check all this again. Boston to San Francisco. Scheduled flight time is good. Zero fuel weight is good. Route is good. Alright, so that all looks good. Okay, let's go ahead and generate that again. Generate flight. Huh. The family's here. I didn't realize they were coming over. Alright, generating briefing package. Alright, good lord, this should be done now. So print, view PDF. Oh, man. That's not what I clicked on. I feel like this is clicking on things that I don't intend to click on. They, yeah, we need to print, view the PDF. There it is. Now this should look proper. But yeah, anyway, like I was saying, SimBrief just migrated over to Navigraph, which is one of the biggest companies for flight sim navigation. There we go. That looks much better. Okay, let me send that to my iPad. Tab received, open. Okay, now I've got it on my iPad. So we can actually leave this behind. Okay, let me download the flight plan to the simulator itself really quick. I know you guys can't see that, but this is about to get a whole lot more interesting in just a minute. I promise. This is an optional update. Remind me later. Yes, please remind me later. Okay, export. Okay, that's, yeah, today, 20th of October. Yes, overwrite. Close that. Okay, so let me now get rid of this window capture. Let's go ahead and jump on board. All right, so here we are. We are at Boston Logan International Airport right now. We are at gate B24. And this is our 737-900 extended range. All right, so let me get the flight plan loaded here. Flight planner. Again, I know you guys can't see what I'm doing right now, but load BOS, Boston to San Francisco, with today's date on it. That's good. Navlog says 32,000 feet. Okay, cool. No. Alright, so let's go ahead. Get our views set up. Load view. I thought I had this all set up beforehand, but obviously I did not. Alright, well, welcome to the cockpit. This is our flight deck. This is the iFly is the company that makes this particular simulation of the Boeing 737. I have all of the next gens, actually. They're beautiful, extremely realistic simulations of all of these aircraft. All right, so let's get. Okay, we're gonna need to get fuel on board ASAP because that's a lot of gas we gotta take on. All right, so let's go ahead and fire her up. Okay, so battery's on. Okay, and return our DC meter to battery so we can query the battery. We can see that we're losing voltage at this point. So what we're going to do is we're going to start up the APU, which is the auxiliary power unit, which is a little bitty jet engine at the back of the aircraft that provides power until the engines are started. So let's go ahead and put this on APU gen right away. Actually, bus transfer is on auto and guarded. Let's go ahead and start up the APU. So we're going to flip the switch to start. And the APU is going to come online. And while we're doing that, we're just going to go ahead and peruse and make sure everything's set the way it needs to be for right now. So cabin utilities are on. In-flight entertainment, passenger seat power is on. We'll go up here, put no smoking on auto, fasten seat belts on automatic as well. We're going to arm the emergency exit lights in the event that we need them. Okay, let's go ahead and look at those, and let's go ahead and configure the air conditioning panel. So query the forward passenger cabin. We're just going to put the temperatures into auto for right now. Temperature controls for the cabin. Okay, trim air is on. Recirculated air left and right is on automatic. Isolation valve, let's go ahead and set that to auto. The left and right air conditioning packs are set to automatic. Left and right engine bleeds are on, and the APU bleed is on, and duct pressure is coming up as the APU comes online. Okay, the APU is online, so I'm going to go ahead and put the APU on bus. Okay, and now you can hear the air conditioning system is now powered, and you can see we are now making power. We're not discharging the battery anymore. Alright, I popped out to Streamlabs really quick to make sure that this is coming across and looks okay. It looks alright. Okay, so window heat, overheat test, and power test, that's good. Let's go ahead and turn the window heat on. And the probe heats are on. Hydraulic system is okay for right now. Okay, logo light is on. Go ahead and put the position lights on steady. Anti-collision lights are on. Okay, and that's good for right now. Alright, so is the balance of the microphone and the cockpit air conditioning, does it sound okay right now? Am I muted? No. Understand you, but the AC is a bit loud. Okay, cool. So that's all good to know. So desktop audio, let's go ahead and turn that down to about here. So now when I come in, okay, is that a better balance now? That should sound quite a bit better. I turned it down about 6 decibels. Better? Okay. Should it come down a little bit more? Let's bring it down a couple more decibels. Okay. So that should be even better still. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to fire up the FMC, it's the flight management computer. We're going to go to position initialize. So we're going to look right up above our heads and behind us just a little bit. This is the inertial reference system. This is going to be our main navigational tool. So we have to align that while we're not moving. So while we're sitting at the gate, we're going to go ahead and align those gyroscopes so they can provide us with extremely accurate navigation information for our flight. So we have to feed that our accurate position. So north 42, 21.6, yep. And then west 71.05, perfect. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pop those coordinates in there, and then it's good to go. And then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to order gas for the plane. So we're going to go into the refuel panel, and we're going to need basically full tanks. So we need 8.6 thousand pounds in each wing. Uh, 8.62 valve on. Okay, those will start fueling up. And then in the center tank, let's see. We're going to need 28.79 thousand. Okay, so we got to do some math right here real quick. So let me get my calculator out. Let's go ahead and start the valve on that. Okay, so we're going to start, we're getting gas now. Okay, so total we need 47,218 pounds of fuel. So we're going to minus the 8,620 in each wing, minus 8,620, minus 28,790 pounds in the center tank. So we need an additional 1,188 pounds. And so that's where the extended range model comes into play, is we would be at maximum fuel that a standard... Hey, how are you, my friend, Spherico? Spherikox. How are you? We're flight simulating today. So, just the standard 737-900 has just these 3 fuel tanks. The extended range has 2 additional fuel tanks. So we're filling up the standard fuel tanks all the way. So we need, this is, we're doing a flight sim from Boston to San Francisco right now. We're flying the 737-900. There she is, quite beautiful. This is going to be a United flight that's actually in the air right now. I used to be a pilot, actually, and I was training to be an airline pilot. So if things hadn't gone the way they did, this is what I would actually be doing for a living instead of playing music on Twitch. You're a bit saturated. Yeah, absolutely. That's part of the ambiance. Part of the ambiance. I want it to sound like this is exactly what it sounds like over an aviation headset. I've got it dialed in, so it sounds like you're in the cockpit with me. Cool, good. I'm glad you like it. Okay, so I need 1,188 pounds. So we're going to put in the forward auxiliary tank, we are going to put 590 pounds of fuel, and in the aft auxiliary tank, we're going to put in another 590 pounds of fuel. Okay, so now we can look down on the EFIS right here, and we can see that the aircraft is now being fueled by the ground crew. So we're taking on gas, and then also and our auxiliary tanks are being fueled as well. So we are getting gas. Let's see. I don't want to disturb you. Remember, if you fail, both will die here. No, I'm a very competent pilot, my friend. I've been doing this a long time. We're not going to die. Don't worry about it. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is now we have to program what's called the performance initialization. So we're going to feed in the physical characteristics of the plane right now, our 0 fuel weight, and we're going to put in how much fuel we need to carry in reserve, how much fuel we're going to use for the actual flight itself, something called the cost index, which I'm not going to get into that right now, and then the conditions at our initial cruise altitude, and that will help the plane start computing our flight path. So our 0 fuel weight is 142,000 pounds. Okay, 0 fuel weight. So this is extremely realistic, my friend. It doesn't get much more realistic than this. All right, 5.1 thousand pounds in the reserves. Our total planned fuel is going to be 47.2 thousand pounds. Whoops, accidentally hit space. 47.2 thousand pounds. All right, let me look at the cost index. Cost index is going to be 80. Our initial cruising altitude is going to be flight level 320, which is 32,000 feet. Okay, and at top of climb, the winds are going to be coming from heading 310 at 70 knots. We'll put that in there, and the temperature up there is going to be standard +2 Celsius. Okay, good to go. And our N1 limit, we're just going to leave that at maximum. Takeoff, I know we're going to use flaps 5, so let's go ahead and put that in now. Okay, we're not going to lock in our V speeds until we're actually at takeoff weight. So that's not going to happen until the tanks are full all the way. So next thing that we're going to do is we're going to plan our route. So again, I've already got that on my flight plan on my tablet right now. So we're going to go ahead and put in our origin identifier is Kilo Bravo Oscar Sierra. That is Boston Logan International, which is where we're sitting right now. And our destination is going to be Kilo Sierra Foxtrot Oscar, which is San Francisco International Airport in California. We're going to go to the next page of the route, and now we're actually going to put in our waypoints. So our first waypoint is going to be the Highland. Let's see, are you a professional on this game? Yeah, I guess you could say so. I've been doing it for... I've been flight simming for 25 years. I love airplanes, I always have. I've been obsessed with them. And then I started flight school right out of high school, but then 9/11 happened, and that kind of changed the landscape of the airline industry. So I went a different route. Oh, yeah. Alright, so I'm plugging in. So first we're flying direct to the Highland Intersection. 25 years. Yeah! I've been doing it a long time. I've been through a lot of flight simulators in my day. Okay, and then direct to CAM VOR. Okay, and that's going to be, it's got to be, yeah, this one. CAM VOR, and then we're going to use the Quebec 822 airway, Quebec 822, the Foxtrot November Tango. You're 25 years old, yeah. Yeah, I'm a bit older than you. And then direct to Oscar Bravo Kilo. Okay, direct to India Oscar Whiskey. And yeah, those are all ILS, so that's the VOR. Okay, and on to the next page. So we're gonna be, okay, we're gonna take the J60 at that point to Hotel Charlie Tango, and then direct to the Valaxa intersection. So Valaxa, and then we're going to take the Quebec 136. Quebec 136 to to the Rumps intersection. Then direct to Oscar Alpha Lima. And then direct to Inyo. No, why? Direct to Inyo. Can't wait to see this plane fly. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Okay, so I've got that all plugged in. So let me look at the legs page now. Make sure there aren't any discontinuities, and then we're going to check it to make sure that we've got a nice straight path. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the mode selector on the navigational display to display my flight plan. I'm going to zoom out on it just a little bit. Okay, and then we're going to go back here to the first legs page. Okay, and now I'm just going to flip through here to make sure that everything's cool as far as the flight plan goes. I need to zoom out even more on this. Just looking for any anomalies that might have occurred from me typing it in manually. So I'm cycling through the waypoints on the navigational display right here. Hopefully you can see my pointer moving around. Deserve more viewers on it. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, my friend. I try to do interesting stuff. Again, a lot of people don't get to see what's happening up in the cockpit, you know, when they're on a commercial airline flight. So, something that I know very well, actually, so thanks, Adudu. Okay, flight plan looks great. So I'm going to go ahead and take us back to initref, and I'm going to go ahead and execute the flight plan so far. Okie doke. So let's see. So we're still fueling, but the IRS is aligned. Let's go back to map view and zoom back out a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to do some tests on we're going to run some safety checks on the aircraft at this point. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this test button right here, and that just shows us that all of our wing flaps and everything are good to go and ready to respond when I need them. If there was a problem with any of them, you know, those lights wouldn't all turn on. You'd be able to see that there's, you know, a problem with one of the flaps or something. But everything looks good, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the Mach warning, the Mach airspeed warning test. That is a loud sound. So do you drive a plane in real life? I used to. Not anymore, though. It's been a long time. I'd love to do it again someday, but we'll see what happens. So these are going to be kind of slightly unsettling warning bell sounds that you're going to hear. Don't worry, they're just a test. Test the second one. Okay, and then we're going to test the stall warning as well. And the second one. All systems on these aircraft are redundant, so. Okay, we're going to look down at the radio panel now, and we're going to look at the fire panel. And these are the alerts that we get if there is fire in either of the engines, the auxiliary power unit, or in the cargo hold. So right now I'm making sure that the warning lights are working and that the warning bell works. Good, and we're gonna now we're gonna do the test for cargo fire. Excellent. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run a test on. Has it ever happened while simming? No, I've never had to deal with like a random one. You can set up conditionals in your flights that you want to have, you know, some kind of emergency situation, and it'll do that randomly on you at some point. But I've never had it happen outside of like a controlled test. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to test the TCAS system. TCAS is the Traffic Collision Avoidance System. And what that does is that gives me a view on my navigational display of all the aircraft around me, and it will alert me if we're getting too close, and it will tell me what to do to avoid a collision. So TCAS is off right now, but we're going to run a test on it really quick. And then the little voice will say, TCAS system test OK, once the test is complete.
TCAS system test OK.
Alright, so TCAS is good. Okay, so that's it for warning tests, except for the big one. Okay, this one's going to be super annoying, folks. I'm going to run a test that will it will run every single see. This is where you can see the UFOs, right? Yeah. Yeah, I've never seen a UFO on TCAS. Okay, so again, this is the most annoying test, guys. It's gonna run every single warning that the aircraft can produce. So I'm going to hit the system test button, and it's going to run through that. It's going to take about a minute or so. You're going to see all kinds of lights flashing. You're going to hear all kinds of horrible things. Again, it's totally just a test. We're making sure that the systems work before we take off. Here we go.
Flight slow.
Approaching minimums.
Up.
Minimums.
Wind shear.
2,500.
Wind shear.
1,500.
Terrain.
400.
Pull up.
300.
Swing brake.
200.
Pull
100. 50.
Don't
40.
think.
30.
Too low.
20.
Terrain.
10.
Too low. Gear. Wind shear. Wind
Too
shear.
low.
Wind
Flat.
shear. Too low.
Flight
terrain.
Caution.
Bank angle.
Terrain.
Bank angle.
Caution. Terrain.
Terrain. Terrain. Pull up.
All right. Everything seems fine. Alright, so I'm going to turn on the traffic rings. I'll be in map mode here. Okay, now we're basically just waiting for the ground crew to get done gassing up the plane. And then once we're gassed up, we'll go ahead and get our clearance delivery, which is the actual clearance to open our IFR flight plan, and then we'll get push and start clearance. We'll get the aircraft configured for takeoff, start the engines, and we'll taxi out to the runway. I'm going to listen to ATIS really quick. This is the automated weather station for the airport.
Boston Airport information, November 1735 Zulu, wind 116 at 10, visibility greater than 20 miles, sky condition, few clouds at 5,500, temperature 18, dew point 13, altimeter 2991, ILS, runway 15 right and visual, runway 15 left in use, landing and departing, runway 15 right and runway 15 left. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back.
15 right and 15 left.
On initial contact, you have Boston Airport information, November 1735 Zulu.
Okay, so I'm gonna... Alright, so let's go into the departures page. Okay, so 15 left or 15 right is what we're going to be using. Don't know which one exactly yet. Let me take a look. Runways. So we're going to use whichever runway is. Let's see. I don't understand the voice. Oh yeah, that was just the automated weather report from the airport. Okay, runway 15 right. Declared distances, so it's 10,083 feet. And then 15 left. Now, again, we're still waiting on fuel. It's going to take just a couple more minutes. Thanks for your patience, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We're just waiting for the ground crew to finish up a few last-minute items. So we thank you for your patience, and we'll be departing the gate in approximately 15 minutes. Like that. Alright. I'm pulling up the airport diagram. Alright, so 15... Yeah, we definitely want runway 15 right. I'll pay a 70 channel. So, oh, that's okay, my friend. Don't worry. What matters more is just having you here with us, hanging out, having a good time. So don't worry about that, but I appreciate it. I feel it in my heart, man. Don't worry about it. Okay, 15 right. Okay, so we can use the Highland 4 departure, so I'm going to. Highland 4, so let me look at my legs page again. Highland. Okay, so... Good deal. Okay, so we're going to use the Highland 4 departure. And that'll work for runway 15 right. remember, we have to request runway 15 right for departure. Remember that, co-pilot. 15 right. Alright, so let me, here really quick, let's set that back to plan one more time and zoom in so I can make sure that the departure is in here properly. 15 right, got it, cool. None of AXA. Okay, so let's go ahead and step through these. Okay, so there's going to be a turn at the boat intersection, a sharp turn at the here intersection, a shallow turn at the Marb intersection, direct to Highland. Okay, cool. Beautiful. Okay, back to the first page, and then let's go ahead and get back into map mode. Remember to put heavy metal music when stay on air. Remember to put heavy metal music when stay on air. You mean when we take off? Okay, so my departure is in there. Okay, we're almost gassed up, folks. Oh, it's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry about that. It's, yes, when we fly, yes. We'll put on the heavy metal when we blast into the air. Okay, so let's check climb page really quick. So we're going to be climbing at 330 knots, which is maximum IAS. Crossover is going to occur at Mach 0.79 or 1. Let's look at cruise. Cruise is going to be 0.791. And our optimal cruise altitude at this point is going to be flight level 306, but we're going to go to flight level 320 to start out with, and then we'll step climb along the way as we lose weight, as we burn off gas. So, actual wind. Okay, 47.2. Let me go ahead and double check my... Yep, 47.2. We are fueled. Alright, we are all gassed up, so I'm going to go ahead and turn on the fasten seatbelt sign for reals. I'm going to turn on all of my fuel pumps. Auto forward, auto aft. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get clearance delivery now. Boston Clearance United 378 would like to open our IFR flight plan to San Francisco at this time.
United 378 is cleared to San Francisco Airport as filed. Fly runway heading, climb and maintain 8,000. Departure frequency is 124.1, squawk 7672.
Cleared to San Francisco Airport as filed. We will fly runway heading, climb and maintain 8,000 feet. Departure frequency will be 124.1, squawking 7672. United 7.
Acknowledge last transmission.
United 378. Okay. So that is set. Let's go ahead and lock in our V-speeds. Alright, back to init ref and one limit.
378, reback is correct. Contact ground on 121.75.
Lock in our center of gravity. Okay, we're going to go ahead and tune Boston ground. We're not going to request taxi yet. Game simulate a fire when you stay flying. It can. But, God willing, we won't have anything like that happen today. Okay, so V2 is going to be 170 knots, so we're going to lock in 180 knots on the MCP. Okay, both flight directors are on. Okay, so that's all set. We are gassed. Okay, and so we're gonna need to get push and start clearance here in just a second. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the air conditioning packs. You can see what happens when I do that. So the air conditioning packs are they don't just control the temperature of the cabin, but they also provide the pressure that pressurizes the cabin. So, but right now that power is being supplied by the APU. So right now, we need to make sure that all of the air from the APU is coming through this duct right here. So we're turning off the air conditioning pack so we have as much air pressure from the APU as we can get, because we need that air pressure to start the engines. So if you've ever noticed, when you're in an airliner, just before you guys push back, they turn off the air conditioning for a couple of minutes. That's why, because they need that pressure to start the engine. Okay, I'm doing just one more look over here. Everything's good. All fuel pumps are on. Okay, let's go ahead and turn the yaw damper on. Okay, we'll turn on all of our hydraulic pumps. Oh, good. I'm glad you're finding it interesting. Some people think this stuff is really boring and they don't care about it, but I do. Okay, so electrical is not set, but we know why that is. Air conditioning, hydraulics. Okay, the MCP is set. Actually, I'm going to set that for 8,300 feet. Give us a little bit of leeway. Okay, everything is set. Now we just have to push and start. Okay. Boston Ground United 378 is ready for taxi to the active.
United 378, taxi 2 and hold short of runway 15 right, using taxiway Alpha Kilo Lima. Contact tower.
You hear that? They gave us 15 right.
When ready.
Taxi 2 and hold short, runway 15 right. United 378. Okay, we are pushing back, and we're going to go ahead and start engine number 2. Okay, so we're going to wait for the N2 compressor to come up to 22%, and then we're going to turn the fuel flow on. It's 22, there's the gas.
JetBlue 861, hold position, caution the departing Avalon -8. Hold position, JetBlue 861.
Alright, let's go ahead and stop pushback, set the parking brake. Okay. Engine 2 is online and idling at 20.5. Okay, let's go ahead and start engine 1. Okay, and we're looking for 22% on the N2 compressor, and we'll start fuel flow. %, engine start. Engine 1's coming online. N1 compressor is coming up. Okay, we watch the N2 for 56%. There we go, 56%. Engine is back to auto. Engine ignition is back to auto. Okay, and both engines are idling nicely at 20.5 20.4. That's totally fine.
Boston Brown.
All right, let's go ahead and turn under the end. Okay, TCAS is on. Okay, hydraulics are all on. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and switch everything over to generator 1. Okay. Engines are on bus, APU is off bus, powering the APU down. We're going to leave the APU bleed on for just a minute, let it cool down. I'm going to turn the air conditioning packs back on. And duct pressure is equalized for both engines. Probe heat is on, window heat is on. All hydraulic systems are on. Okay, I'm going to hit recall on both of the warning panels. No warnings. All is good. We're ready to go. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and release the parking brake. Okay, and we're going to set the flaps to takeoff, which is 5 degrees.
Boston, Brown, JetBlue, 490, taxi to northwest parking. JetBlue, 490.
Okay, elevator trim is in takeoff range.
Taxiing to general aviation parking.
Alright, all is well. Here we go, folks. We're going to taxi out to the runway.
Learjet 5, X-ray Papa, hold position.
Look both ways here.
On the taxiway.
Alright, and since I don't have a marshaller, we're going to follow this pink line on the ground here to the runway. Okay, and we're going to set the auto brakes to rejected takeoff. This is a very busy airport. Okay, let me look down here one more time and make sure. Init ref, set takeoff. We're good. Alright, here we go, guys. We're going to taxi out to the runway. In case you guys were wondering, yes, I am drinking a Bloody Mary right now, but there's no vodka in it. I don't drink. It's what we call a virgin Bloody Mary. Your eyes are super open, like you're not falling asleep. Or you're realizing a lot of things. So the airplane is really heavy right now, so it really drags around on the ground. I mean, we're basically at maximum takeoff weight. So I need a little more. Because you're watching me. Cool. Well, good. I'm glad that this is interesting, my friend.
Roger, King Air 5 Whiskey Romeo.
Those are all the JetBlue planes.
Ready to taxi IFR. Cactus 2037, taxi to and hold short of runway 15 right via taxiway Kilo Alpha.
JetBlue is really, it's a big airline, especially on the East Coast of the United States. Alright, so 10 knots. Build up a little bit more speed, but the speed limit is 20 knots on the ground. At virtually any airport. So we just keep our speed under that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and arm the auto throttle now. So these aircraft are highly automated. That's one of the things. Yeah, this is Boston Logan Airport in Boston, Massachusetts, here in the United States. And we're going to fly to San Francisco, which is on the other side of the country, in California. It's where I live.
Boston, ground, Cactus 62, taxi to the gate. Cactus 62, taxi to gate, Bravo, east, via taxiway, runway 4, right, Papa, Echo, Alpha. Taxi to gate, Bravo, 8, using taxiway, runway 4, right, Papa, Echo, Alpha. Cactus 62, JetBlue 861, continue taxi. Roger, JetBlue 861. Boston ground, Cactus 2032, taxi to the gate. Cactus 2032, taxi to gate, Bravo 7, using taxiway, Foxtrot, Kilo, Alpha. Taxiing to gate, Bravo 7, using taxiway, Foxtrot, Kilo, Alpha. Cactus 2032. Learjet 5, X-ray Papa, continue taxi. Boston ground, JetBlue 1065 with Tango, ready to taxi IFR. JetBlue 1065, taxi to and hold short of runway 15 right, using taxiway Alpha Zulu Kilo Lima. Contact tower on 119.1.
Runway
15 right, via taxiway Alpha Zulu Kilo Lima. JetBlue 1065. Roger, Learjet 5, X-ray Papa.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and arm vertical nav and lateral navigation. After activating the route. Whoop.
United 378, hold position, caution the departing Airbus A320.
Okay, that's us. They want us to hold position for a second. Okay, so we've stopped. Okay, not on intercept heading, that's fine. Like, not on intercept heading. Clear that out. Init ref.
Cactus 2037, hold position, caution the Airbus A321.
Okay, so 151, let's go back to legs.
Cactus 2037.
Dial in heading 151.
Cactus 2037, continue taxi. Roger, Cactus 2037.
Alright, so we just gotta wait for the JetBlue Airbus to take off. Looks like everybody's using runway 15 right now, so we got a lot of traffic landing. That's okay, that gives us a couple extra minutes to just kind of chill.
Cactus 2032, hold position, caution the Airbus A319 on the taxiway. Cactus 2032, continue taxi. Roger, Cactus 2032.
I'm already eating my in-flight peanuts.
Boston ground, Southwest 2629er, request taxi to Northwest Park. Southwest 2629er, taxi to General Aviation Park. Via Alpha.
Taxiing to general aviation parking using taxiway Quebec Alpha, Southwest 2629er.
Alright, so let me turn the strobe lights on. Okay, APU's off, so I can go ahead and turn the APU bleed off. Exactly. But again, like I said, there's no vodka in it. Back when I did drink alcohol still, I actually preferred a Bloody Mary with bourbon whiskey in it. Delicious. Oh yeah, I think this is the last plane landing, so they should clear the JetBlue to take off now. Pretty quick.
Cactus 2037, hold position. Caution the Boeing 737 on the taxiway. United 378, continue taxi.
Alright.
378, hold position. Caution the Learjet on the taxiway.
Okay.
Cactus 2037, continue taxi.
Roger.
Yes, cheers. Cheers. What is it in Spanish?
United 378, continue taxi.
Continue taxi, United 378. Okay, so we're next right after this Learjet. Prost. Yeah, that's what it is in that's what it is in German as well. Chin chin. Ah, that's cool. Chin chin. Boston Tower United 378 is ready to go IFR at runway 15 right.
United 378, hold short, runway 15 right. Traffic is Learjet onto runway.
Holding short for the Learjet, United 378. Okay, landing lights are on, runway turn-off lights are on. Getting myself lined up here. There's a couple more planes on approach.
Learjet by X-ray up, contact Boston.
Are they gonna let me go? We're gonna do a rolling start.
124.1, Learjet 5.
Say cheese.
Boston Tower, United 1262,
Yeah, that's really cool.
inbound ILS.
Louise.
Right approach.
Yeah, I like that.
United 1262, Boston Tower.
That's very cool.
Runway 15 right. Altitude 29er. Cactus 2128, cleared to land. Runway 15 right. Following Boeing 737 on short final.
Alright, so just before we get going here, I'm going to give you a look at our plane from the outside again. That's us, all configured for takeoff.
Southwest 2072, exit runway with Eagle. United 1248, cleared to land, runway 15 right.
Yay, good, I'm glad I said it right.
Follow the aircraft on final. Cleared to land, runway 15 right, number 2, United 1248. United 378, cleared for takeoff, runway 15 right.
Cleared for takeoff, United 378. Alright, you guys ready? This is for real now.
United 1038 is 13 miles northwest, inbound ILS, runway 15 right, approach.
United 1038, Austin Tower, make straight in, runway 15 right, altitude 2990.
Fly straight in, runway 15 right, United 1038.
Alright, I'm going to get us lined up. Alright, there we are. We're going to go ahead and stabilize the engines at 40%. It's 40%. Toga engaged. Here we go. knots. Airspeed's alive.
V1.
Rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Gear locked, off. Off.
United 378, contact Austin, departure on 124.1.
Okay, autopilot engaged. VNAV hold is on.
Ready for IFR departure. Runway 15 right.
Airjet November 5, X-ray pop-up taxi into position and hold.
Position and hold. Airjet 5, X-ray pop-up.
Austin departure United 378 is with you outbound on the Highland 4.
United 378 Austin departure. Roger. Altimeter 2991. United 378. Turn left heading 350. Resume on navigation. Climb and maintain 8,000.
Turn left heading 350, climb and maintain 8,000. United 378. Okay, flaps are up. We are clean. Okay. Auto brakes set to off. Alright. LNAV is engaged. There we go. Goodbye, Boston.
Austin, approach, Twin Cessna, November 410, Bravo Kilo. Request clearance to transition Bravo, airspace.
United 378. Turn left heading 320. Twin Cessna, November 410. Bravo Kilo. Austin approach. Clear through the Bravo airspace.
Turn left heading 320.
Bravo, airspace. Twin Cessna, November 410, Bravo Kilo. Iraq.
United 378. We'll see you again, my friend. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. I think we're going to have a nice flight.
Learjet November 5 X-ray Papa, Boston departure, Roger. Current altimeter 299.1. Learjet 5 X-ray Papa. Turn right heading 250. Resume on navigation. Climb and maintain 10,000. United 378. Please expedite your turn to heading 320.
Turn right heading 250. Resume on navigation. Climb and maintain 10,000. Learjet 5 X-ray Papa.
Beautiful, beautiful.
United 378. Contact Boston Center on 119.25.
Going to 119.25, United 378. Good day.
Learjet 5 X-ray Papa. Turn right heading 285.
Boston,
Heading 285.
get stepped on.
Learjet 5 X-ray Papa.
Boston departure, United 378 is with you at 8,000 outbound on the Highland 4.
United 378 Boston departure. Roger. Current altimeter 299.1. United 378. Contact Boston departure on 124.4.
Going to 124.4, United 378. Good day. Boston departure, United 378 is with you at 8,000 feet outbound on the Highland 4.
United 378, Boston departure. Roger. Altimeter 299.1. Pacifica 3955. Your 29 miles northwest. Turn right heading 115. Descend and maintain 1,700 feet. ILS. Runway 15. Right approach. Maintain 1,700 until established on the local list. Contact Boston Tower on 119.1. United 378. Please expedite your descent to 8,000. Turn right heading 115. Descend and maintain 1,700. Cleared ILS. Runway 15. Right approach. Maintain 1,700. Till established. Tower on 119.1. Pacifica 3955.
There's Boston Harbor out back that way.
United 378. Turn left heading 320. Climb and maintain flight level 200.
Turn left heading 320, climb in.
Piper November 76584. Type Piper Cherokee. 2 miles southeast at Mike Alpha 2. Request flight following.
Piper November 76584. Boston departure. Squawk 5671.
Squawk 5671. Piper 584.
Turn left heading 320, climb and maintain flight level 200, United 378.
Piper 584. Radar contact 3 miles southeast of Mike Alpha 2. 3000. Current altimeter 299.0. United 378. Contact Boston Center on 119.25.
Going to 119.25 for United 378. Good day. Boston Center, United 378 is with you at 9,000 feet, climbing flight level 200.
Learjet 5 X-ray Papa. Turn left heading 255. Proceed on course. United 378. Boston Center. Roger. Altimeter 299.1. Turn left heading 255. Resume on navigation. Learjet 5 X-ray Papa. Learjet 5 X-ray Papa. Contact Boston Center on 124.85. 124.85. Learjet 5 X-ray Papa.
Boston Center. Landmark 981 Heavy with you.
Landmark 981 Heavy.
All right, we're above 10,000 feet. We'll go ahead and turn off external lights.
United 1038. Turn left heading 310.
Turn left heading 310. United 1.
All right, we're climbing through 11,000 feet for 20,000 feet, or as we say in the biz, flight level 200. Goodbye, Boston. In San Francisco, we're on our way. So I'm going to go ahead and get us up to cruising altitude, and then I'm going to turn on time compression. So we'll get there much faster. Instead of it being a 6-hour flight, it'll be about an hour flight. You're, under no circumstances is anyone obligated to hang with me the entire time, so. It's mostly monitoring from this point on. It only gets exciting again around landing. Yeah. If you pass out, I won't be offended.
124.85 for Emirates 201 Heavy.
Keep saying we've got a whopping 2 people watching us, which is actually good for a flight sim stream. But as far as I know, you and I are the only ones here, Adudu. Alright, climbing through 15,000 feet now. And we're coming up on the Highland Intersection. And then we'll be officially out of the instrument departure phase of the flight.
Boston Center, active 715 Heavy, quick active 715 Heavy, Boston Center, roger. World travel, brief, climb and maintain flight level 190.
Dude,
Climb and maintain flight level.
I need a pillow to sit on.
World travel 33.
Ooh. Ah, there we go. Oh, that's better. I'm still here. I'm still here. Don't worry. Alright, climbing through 17,000 feet. Taking an exterior look at our beautiful bird.
Boston Center, American 166.
Ah.
10,400, climbing 14,000. American 1661, Boston Center, roger. Current altimeter 2990.
Alright, back in the cockpit. Alright, and the plane is, yeah, it is fully automated at this point, in case anyone was wondering. I just be monitoring. We just crossed into, say again for United 378.
United 378, contact Boston Center on 128.325.
Going to 128.325. United 378, good day. Boston Center, United 378 is with you at flight level 200.
United 378, Boston Center, roger. United 378, climb and maintain flight level 280.
Climb and maintain flight level 280, United 378. Time for an altitude intervention.
United 378, contact Boston Center on 123.75. United 378, did you hear my last transmission?
Say again for United 378.
United 378, contact Boston Center on 123.75.
Going to 123.75. United 378. Good day. Boston Center, United 378 is with you at flight level 220, climbing flight level 280.
United 378, Boston Center, roger.
Boston Center, landmark 3476, is climbing to 8,700.
Turner.
76, Boston Center, roger. Officer 2989er.
All right.
Center, American 1.
The Bloody Mary is gone.
Climbing through flight level 1.
Time for coffee.
Flight level 220, American 1661, Boston Center, roger. Cessna 416, contact Bradley.
I did.
119.0.
I also brought string cheese.
119.0. Cessna 416. Boston Center, Cessna November.
Num.
16 with you, 1000. Cessna November 42416. Boston Center, roger. Current altimeter 29992. Cessna 416. Turn left heading 060. Turn left heading 060. Cessna 416.
Okay, so we're
577.
okay. So crossover is going to happen at 0.791.
Boston Center, Cessna November 3614.
Crossover is when we stop marking our speed in knots and start marking our speed in percentage of the speed of sound. Because when you get up to a certain altitude, you do all of your performance calculations based on what we call Mach number, which is percentage of the speed of sound. Like right now, you can see we're at Mach 0.760. And that is climbing even though our airspeed is staying the same. That's because the air is getting thinner and the speed of sound is actually getting slower. But the aircraft, it's more practical for performance calculations and the efficiency to use the Mach number instead of your actual speed in knots. Because the speed in knots might fluctuate depending on temperature and stuff like that. But the plane still will work the same in relation to the speed of sound. I don't know if that makes any sense. I don't do a very good job of explaining that. Airspeed is weird, let me just put it that way. It's not, whoa, pushed my seat into my head.
Mark 3476, climb and maintain flight level 260.
But, like I was saying, I don't remember what I was saying.
Southwest 719er.
It doesn't matter.
Heading 060, Learjet 336. Contact
Airspeed.
Center on
Airspeed, that's what I was talking about. Airspeed is weird.
American 1661, climb and maintain flight level 320. Learjet 256, traffic is 4 o'clock, 4 miles at flight level 301, Boeing 737, report to inside.
Indicated air, okay, so we're about to,
614,
yeah,
Boston Center,
we're about to hit crossover here. So the plane will start tracking our Mach number instead of knots in just a second here. At 0.791. So it'll start holding 0.791 or thereabouts. It'll stay as close to that as it can. Alright, coming up on 28,000 feet. They should clear us to flight level 320 in just a minute here.
128.325, Pacifica 6003.
Landmark 347.
They're cutting it close.
Flight level 280.
Climb and maintain flight level 280. Landmark 3476.
Southwest 3918. Contact Boston Center on 127.65. United 378. Climb and maintain flight level 320.
Climb and maintain flight level 320. United 378. Alright, there we go. Well, this is the last leg of our initial climb. Climbing again.
Learjet November 29344 with you. Learjet November 29344 from Boston Center. Roger.
The temperature out there right now is -7 Celsius. The outside air temperature.
Southwest 719er. Contact Boston approach on 124.4. 124.4. Southwest 719er.
Look at the progress page here. It says we are going to land with 17,000 pounds of fuel. I do not think so. No. We're going to use more than that. On these long flights, sometimes that original estimate can be a little optimistic. That's why we carry plenty of reserve fuel. Okay, so the auxiliary tanks, that little bit of overflow has been used.
Contact Boston Center on 132.65. Learjet 344 from traffic is 11 o'clock. 4 miles at flight level 280. Boeing 737. Report to in sight.
I can go ahead and turn those off now.
Boston Center, Mooning November 73088 with you.
Mooning November 73088 Boston Center. Roger. Current altimeter 2989er.
Asked a girl what she wanted to be. She said, baby, can't you see? I want to be famous, a star of the screen. But you can do something in between. Baby, you can fly my plane.
064. Contact Albany approach on 125.0.
Going at 125.0. Mooning 264. Boston Center, Mooning November 24264 with you.
Mooning
Ba,
November
ba, ba.
264 Boston Center. Roger. Current altimeter 2992. Mooning 264. Contact Albany approach on 125.0.
Going at
It's complicated, hurts my brain.
Boston Center, Mooning November
Baby, you can fly my plane.
11,000.
Baby, I love you.
Boston Center. Roger. Altimeter 2992.
Beep, 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 yeah.
Contact Albany approach on 125.0. 125.0, Mooney 264.
Okay. Flying over the CAM VOR. So we are basically out of Massachusetts already, and we're about to enter New Hampshire. Unless I'm tripping. Am I tripping? Look at my map. Map, you're useless. Alright, we're leveling off at 32,000 feet.
Boston Center, Mooney, November 24264, with you 11000.
No, Vermont, I think.
24264, Boston Center, Roger, altimeter 29991, United 378, contact Boston.
I could look at a better map, but
Wing 35.
I'm not going to.
431, climb and maintain flight level 340.
Say,
264, contact Albany approach on 125, wing 0.
say again for United 378.
United 378, contact Boston Center on 121.35.
Going to 121.35, United 378, good day. Boston Center, United 378 is with you at flight level 320.
United 378, Boston Center, Roger.
Alright. Waiting for the engines to go into cruise phase.
Boston
It's negative 16 Celsius now. Okay, we are officially in cruise.
Southwest 3211, Boston Center,
I'm going to go ahead and go to the cruise page on the FMC.
Southwest 3211, airport is 12 miles. At your 10 o'clock, turn left heading 280. Report runway in sight. Clearjet 984. Turn left heading 080.
Okay, so
Maintain flight level 250. Southwest 3211. Turn left heading 280.
we're not going to need to step climb for a while.
Left heading 280. Descend and maintain 6000. Southwest 3211. Southwest 3211. I have the runway in sight. Southwest 3211. You are 10 miles east. Descend and maintain 2,300. Clear visual. Runway 28 approach. Contact Albany Tower on 119.5.
Albany, New York. That's an interesting conversation.
300. Clear visual. Runway 28.
They're having a Southwest Airlines 737 shoot a manual visual approach into Albany in New York.
Turn left heading 080. Resume on navigation.
Guess the weather's good down there. The weather's going to get progressively worse the closer to San Francisco we get. We're actually having quite stormy weather over here. So I'm looking forward to this. This might be an interesting approach. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start time compression now. Wow, okay, so now it's saying that I have 3 viewers. Maybe that'll be good for my stats.
133.25, American 37.
My last Saturday night serenade that I did last week, I had an average of 10. I was very proud of that. Yeah, it was lively. It was lively. I enjoyed it a lot. I do better the more people there are. It's like I was always like that. Like it's like even though I can't see the crowd, just knowing that there's more of them there makes it better. I don't know what it is. I always did better at bigger gigs. The bigger the crowd, the better I played, it seemed. I think my channel average at this point is 4, even with my my gaming streams that don't do quite as well usually. But this one, I mean, I've been hovering right between 2 and 3 the whole time, it seems. There's the usual bots in there, but you know, there's actual people watching too. But of course, as you all know, if you don't actually, you know, announce yourself in the chat, I'm not going to out you that you're here. So that's part of my respecting your privacy. So those of you hanging out, watching, I appreciate you guys being here. Whoever you may be. But I will let you know that I am following one of you now, because I took a look at your channel and it looks like some of your stuff's right up my alley. So I am following you now. Okay, so let's. I was talking about time compression. Let's just go ahead and do that. Okay, so we're going to 8 times speed. I got to keep an eye on it because the airplane can get really squirrely at this speed. And I don't have time to talk to air traffic control or anything, so. And then I'm going to watch for my step climb. We're going to climb to 34,000 feet. When this tells me that the optimal flight level is 34,000 feet, I will climb to that, and that will save us some gas. Because the higher you can fly, the more gas you save. But the problem is when you're really heavy like this, if you climb up there too early, the extra gas that it takes to move a heavier plane up to that altitude actually costs you less. I mean, that actually uses more gas. So you do what's called a step climb, and the aircraft tells you at any given moment what the optimum altitude for it is to be at, what the most efficient altitude is. So we follow that, and that's right here on the cruise page where it says optimum. So it says right now the optimum height for us to fly at is 31,700 feet. And we're flying at 32,000 feet, so we're basically right there. I'm still here. But as we lose weight, that number will start to go up. Yeah, see, it just went up to 31,800 feet. But since we only cruise on the even thousands when we're heading west and the odd thousands when we're heading east, that means the next time that we can climb is when this says that the optimum flight level is 34,000 feet. So then we'll climb to 34,000 feet. If you didn't know, now you know. Alright, so we're going to be crossing over the Great Lakes here pretty soon. So we're traveling like the equivalent of Mach 5 right now. Oh, jeez. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Hold on. Yeah, I just took a dive. You gotta watch it up at that speed. Let it get restabilized. Oh my god.
left heading
Now I gotta wait for all the traffic to catch up.
Maintain flight level 330.
Okay, so let's go back to 4 times speed for a little bit here. Okay, so let's look at progress again. Okay,
November 5850.
SFO at 23:21 Zulu time.
United 378, Cleveland Center, roger. JetBlue 2505 and maintain flight level 230. JetBlue 25. Delta Mike India Plus maintain one American 222.
Turn right heading 100.
I don't ever remember what order the Great Lakes are in.
Landmark 6465, heavy, U.S.
Turn left heading 075.
Delta Mike India, contact.
I'm generally good with geography, but
Wellington 127.475 for Delta Mike India.
oh, all right. Babysitting this big plane. Okay. Oh, we just gotta keep a watch on. Yeah. We just gotta keep a watch on that
Center, roger.
to make sure that we step climb at the right time. More cheese.
United 378, contact.
United 378, Toronto.
Toronto Center. So we briefly.
378.
Wow, that's a horrible. It's having a hard time rendering that water texture there. That's embarrassing.
378, Toronto Center, roger.
So we briefly crossed over into Canada. Yeah, with time compression, I was having a hard time rendering some of these textures quickly enough. It's pretty funny. It's like the world is...
United 378, contact.
It's like flying through a digital world or something. Oh, what? Now we got 4 viewers?
Center, roger.
This might be a record for one of my flight sim streams. How's everybody doing? If you are in fact human. Welcome to my stream. Yes, the name of the channel is Nick Straight Music, and yes, I am Nick Straight the musician. But my other great love, almost equal to music, is airplanes. So today, we're flying a United flight. It is a flight from Boston to San Francisco. Right now I have 8x time compression on. But normally it would be a 6-hour flight. This will do it in less than an hour. Just crossed over into Canada, but we'll drop back down into the northern U.S. in just a few minutes here.
United 378, contact Toronto.
We're flying a Boeing 737 Next Gen. This is specifically a 900 extended range series. The Boeing Next Gens, I believe, are the perfect airplane. They do so many things so well. They're extremely versatile, extremely economical.
United 378, contact Cleveland. United
And I do believe that,
United 378.
well, and I do believe that,
United 378, Cleveland Center, roger.
We're flying at 32 Mach now with 8X. Oh. Yeah, so no, we're... Hold on, let me do the math. So we're actually... The aircraft itself is cruising at 0.79 Mach. So times 8X. So 6.32. Mach 6.32 is what we're flying at with 8X on.
United 370.
I think 32 Mach would get us
United 370. 317.
would get us out of the Earth's gravitational sphere of influence. As soon as I started talking, the viewers started dropping. Less talking, more flyy, I guess. That looks terrible. Oh my god. Everything looks way better inside the cockpit right now. Let's just keep our nose down. How are we doing? It's going to be a while before we stop climb.
United 370. United 370.
What is escape velocity? Like, how fast is Mach 32? Well, let's say that I know that at 660 knots is Mach 1 at sea level on a standard day. So 660 knots times 32. So that would be 21,120 knots would be Mach 32. And I think that is pretty much... Hold on. So that's knots, okay? That's knots. So divided by 0.872.
United 370. Contact.
So that's 24,000 miles per hour.
United 370. Chicago Center. Roger.
Repeat what? Which part? I think I said a lot of stuff. Just everything? Should I just repeat everything? Howdy, folks, and welcome to Nick Straight Music. We're... oh yes. 25,000 miles per hour is escape velocity. Yeah. So 21,000 knots, which is what we use in aviation, is 24,220 miles per hour. So it's not quite escape velocity.
United 370. Contact.
But it's pretty darn close. So at Mach 32, we'd get out there, but eventually we'd come back. I'm addicted to this this mobile game right now called Spaceflight Simulator. It's really good. The physics are really, really good. You have a lot of leeway in building like your own rockets and stuff like that. It's gotten so popular that they're actually going to do a release of it on Steam early next year, and I'm stoked about that. But it's really cool. You learn a lot about trajectories and orbital velocity and stuff like that. It's very cool. It's on Android and iOS right now. Again, it's called Spaceflight Simulator, and it's very popular right now. Actually, there's tons and tons of tutorials for it and stuff on YouTube, and people are already modding it and doing all kinds of crazy stuff with it. Yeah, Kerbal Space Program. I think that I might need to try that out, because people talk a lot about how Spaceflight Simulator reminds them of like a low-budget Kerbal Space Program. So I think I may need to try out Kerbal Space Program. I think. I think that would be right up my alley. Okay, Chicago Center.
Chicago Center, roger.
Alright, so we're in the vicinity of Chicago at this point. Well, Chicago Center. It'll be a while before we actually... Chicago Center has actually got authority over quite a nice chunk of the northern United States, so
United 378.
it'll be a little while before
United 378.
we're actually to Chicago.
United 378. Contact.
Good Lord.
United 378.
How are we doing on step climb? Okay, we're getting close. Help me with a problem. It's x plus u equals 25. I think x must be 15 because you sure are 10. Yeah. Hi, Carl. We know you. Yeah, I'm horrible at math, but based on the information that you gave me, I think I can definitively say that x is 15. Oh! I'm an idiot. You totally got me. Thanks, Carl. I'm flattered. I've been roasted. It's pretty smooth. It's so smooth it sailed right over my head.
Contact Chicago Center, United 378. Did you hear my last?
United 378. Chicago Center, roger.
It sailed right over without me even feeling it. It was that smooth. Hi, my name is... Okay, so this is like your introductory line to a potential romantic match. I see what you did there.
United 378.
Best advice I can give you is just be yourself, man.
United 378. Contact Chicago. United 3.
United 378. Chicago Center, roger.
Okay. Wah, 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 wah. Okay, we'll be able to step climb pretty soon here. Whew.
United 3.
I feel like I'm gonna sneeze.
United 378. Chicago Center, roger.
Doing good, Carl. How's your day going? We're just doing a little flight simming right now. I don't know if you ever caught one of our flight sim streams, but I'm obsessed with airplanes, always have been.
Chicago Center.
I used to fly for real, but I've been a sim pilot for a very long time. And right now we're flying from Boston to San Francisco. We're flying a United flight in a 737-900 extended range.
United 378. Minneapolis Center.
Eat
roger.
breakfast. Cool. What'd you have for breakfast, man? I'm gonna eat some nuts. Nobody can tell me that I can't have another bag of peanuts on this flight. Aha! Eggs, yeah. That's what my wife and I had too. Tease. Yeah, I was waiting for that.
United 378. Contact Minneapolis Center. United 378.
Minneapolis Center.
Minneapolis Center, roger.
Dude, we're already at 2 hours. Oh my god, I can't believe it. Yeah, Key and Peele, I don't know if you're familiar with them or not, but they're a comedy duo here in the U.S. What is the in-flight entertainment for today? Oh, that's a good idea. We have some in-flight entertainment? Besides Carl's pickup lines, yeah. In-flight entertainment for today. Well, gotta go to school. See ya, Carl. Have a good day at school. Or next stream. Yeah. See you next stream.
United 378. United 378.
In-flight entertainment. Let's see, I gotta step climb in just a second here, but, yeah, I'm gonna step climb in just a minute here. It's not as interesting as it sounds. Okay, so the airplane is about to tell me that our optimum flight level is 34,000 feet. So as soon as it does that, I'll go ahead and request a climb. And then we'll just do a slow climb to 34,000 feet. And then I'll start the time acceleration again. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm still here. It's loading traffic. This was actually probably a bad place to do this because there's going to be a lot of air traffic to compete with. Alright, we're going to request a cruising altitude increase to 34,000 feet. You see optimum flight level is 340.
Climb and maintain flight level 370. United 760. Turn left heading 050. Climb and maintain flight level 330. Southwest 4.
Oh my god.
Turn left heading 225. Climb and maintain flight level 320. UPS 2832.
Oh my god.
Left heading 220.
I'm just going to keep getting stepped on.
300 American Pacific
Jeez.
394. You are 80 miles south.
It's trying to play catch up now. Because it doesn't render traffic above 4x.
ILS runway 1 approach United 6.
So now it's trying to catch up with everybody.
230 climb and maintain flight level 300 orbit 677. Contact Minneapolis Center on 126.
Holy monkeys. Minneapolis Center, United 378 would like flight level 340.
United 378. Climb and maintain flight level 340.
Climb and maintain flight level 340, United 378. Alright, altitude intervention. And here we go.
United 378. Traffic is 10 o'clock, 3 miles at flight level 29.
Whoa, yeah, there's the contrail. They were just right under us.
United 378. Traffic is 2 o'clock, 3 miles at flight level 310. Boeing 737. Report them in sight. United 378. Contact Minneapolis Center on 119.4.
Going to 119.4, United 378. Good day.
Minneapolis Center, Pacifica 675 with you. Pacifica 675, Minneapolis Center, roger.
Minneapolis Center, United 378 is with you at flight level 326, climbing flight level 340.
United 378, Minneapolis Center, roger.
It is. If you're flying on an IFR flight plan, it is illegal to deviate from it in any way, shape, or form without permission.
Contact Lincoln approach on 124.0, clear to November 20744, Minneapolis Center, roger.
Unless in the event of an emergency, of course.
Minneapolis 1 Center, United 605 is at flight level 247, climbing flight level 300. American Pacific 1664, traffic is 5 o'clock, 2 miles, at flight level 340, Boeing 737, report them in sight.
Being on an IFR flight plan basically means that you're enmeshed with all of the usually high-speed jet traffic. So, and you're going to have control centers that are watching you for your entire flight. So you always need to be exactly where they expect you to be, so they can make sure that everybody gets where they're going safely. And you can't fly over 18,000 feet unless you're on an IFR flight plan. So all airline flights are, well, generally speaking, airline flights in, high-performance jet aircraft are flown IFR. So it's very exacting. And that's why there's such a high level of automation in it now. So there's really not any room in navigation for pilot error. Okay, we're leveled off back at 34,000 feet. Our in-flight entertainment. Let me think about that. Hold on, we'll let this. We're not going to be able to hear it right now, but we can still see it. Which is cool. This is kind of light looking. Hold on. Is it still? No, it's like it was. Oh God, what's happening? Is it still doing its thing? No, I think it's like paused the video feed. Let's see what commercial break 3 is.
You lazy lie about, there's nothing good about you. People often say you can't keep a job held down. Your soul's in the lost and found, and you're better thrown away. But hey, why don't you be me? And I'll be you. We'll be truthful. Well, can you see through my eyes? What about my life could you find useful? 'Cause nothing's black and white as it seems to be. And I'm clinging tight to the only dream I have. And this world is painted a shade of misty mountain gray. Hey, hey, it may not all look the same once you make it through the haze. Hey, hey, now you're a lazy lie about, but there's nothing bad about you, because your family owns the mill. And you keep your 7 one's handy. Your ring could feed a family, but they will hunger still. So hey, why don't you be me, and I'll be you. We'll be truthful. What can you see through my eyes? What about my life could you find useful? 'Cause nothing's black and white as it seems to be, and I'm clinging tight to the only dream I have. This world is painted a shade of misty mountain gray. Hey, hey, it may not all look the same once you make it through the haze. Hey, hey, this world is painted a shade misty mountain gray. Hey, hey, it may not all look the same once you make it through the haze. Hey, 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 hey.
Okay, so my flight sim is frozen and I'm really freaking out. I don't know what happened. Please God, come back to us. Come back to us. Oh Lord. Going back and forth and back. Oh no, please don't. Please don't crash. Please don't crash all the way. Hey, what's up, Reefer? Boy, you got here just as my sim is crashing. Oh God, thank God it's back. Thank God it's back. Okay, hold on. Let me size the situation back up here. Holy mackerel. Okay. Holy jeez. How you doing, Reefer? Thank God it came back. Okay. No more switching back and forth between this and slobs. That's, no thank you. Not right now. Okay, so we're coming up on the Rocky Mountains. You can kind of see them out in the distance there, and we can, if we zoom out on the zoom out on the navigational display, you can see them, all that green stuff, and they'll start to get more and more red as we get closer, warning us that, hey, there's some big frickin' mountains coming up. Okay, I'm gonna run this at 1x speed for just a little, just a few minutes here until I'm sure that this is stable again. Okay, so let's look at progress. Okay, so it says we're going to land with 10,600 pounds of fuel. Let's see how close that is to this. My flight plan estimated that we will land with Going to 133.905, United 378. Good day. Denver Center, United 378 is with you at flight level 340.
United 378, Denver Center, roger. 4 Delta Delta, climb and maintain flight level 390.
Whew.
Climb and maintain flight level 390, 4 Delta Alpha.
Anyway, the flight plan is estimating that we're going to land with about 7,100 pounds of fuel. So I think with one more step climb, we'll probably be closer to that. Because you don't want to land with too much fuel. Because the faster, the heavier you are, the more speed it takes to keep you in the air. So you want to land with your reserve fuel intact, but you don't want to land with a bunch of excess fuel, because number one, that means that you have to land at a faster speed, which is, in a lot of situations, it's safer to land at a slower airspeed, because that means that it's not going to take you as long to slow down. That is, you don't have to use as much of the runway. But the other thing is, landing with more weight is, it's harder on the airframe, it's harder on the landing gear and all that good stuff. So there are some physical ramifications to landing while you're carrying too much weight. So we don't want to land with a bunch of excess weight. We want to land with about what the flight plan calculated, plus or minus 1,000 pounds or so. So if we land between like 8,000 and 9,000 pounds fuel still on board, I'll be happy with that. I will feel like that equals a well-planned flight. Okay, I'm gonna turn the time compression back on to 8x. There we go. I am really excited to land in San Francisco.
United 378. United 378, Denver Center, roger.
Let me,
Airspeed low. Airspeed low.
we lost airspeed. Hold on. Trying to, go back to 1x so I can deal with it.
1096, you were 36 miles east, turn left, heading 2505.
Okay,
Expect vector is IL airwave 212.
yeah,
You were 36 miles.
we've got ice.
Turn right, heading 145, climb and maintain 14,000. Expect vector is ILS. Runway 7, approach, southwest 26.
Cycle the probe heats.
Heading 210, climb and maintain flight level 340.
Okay, we got airspeed back.
609er, you were 28 miles northeast.
Okay, that was a little scary, but not a big deal. The pitot tube iced. The pitot tube is what gives us the RAM air pressure to tell us what our airspeed is. So it warned us that we lost airspeed indication because of ice. I cycled the probe heat That's exactly what those do. Is it actually heats up the pitot tube to melt the ice out of it. Okay. Let me take a look at cruise. I don't know if we're gonna get to flight level 360 on this flight. Okay, let's go back to 8X again, and I'm gonna check the weather at San Francisco. I mean, yeah, I realize I'm here in real life, but I'm on the other side of the hill, so I want to know what the weather is actually at the airport right now. Layers, icing, turbulence, instrument flight rules, mountain obscuration. Yeah, that's what I thought.
United 378 Denver Center, roger.
Broken. 10 statute miles. But the cloud cover, the clouds are very low. Visibility is 10 statute miles, but the clouds are low. So, yeah, they're saying IFR, but it's not bad. Okay, and now the fuel indication just came on. That's nothing to worry about. That's just telling us that we're out of fuel in the main tank, so we're going to turn the pumps off, and then we're just going to run fuel out of the wing tanks. That's all the gas that we have remaining. I'm turning the cross feed on to balance them. You don't want them to be out of balance too much.
United 378 or 300.
Jeez. I might not be able to run 8X over the mountains here. The weather's pretty bad. It's bouncing us around quite a bit. More than it should be. Okay. Yeah, I know, I'm descending. I got bounced by some turbulence.
United 378, contact Denver Center on 134.
Okay, yes, I'm balancing the fuel tanks.
Mooney 640.
Denver Center United 378 is with you at flight level 340. Okay, balancing the fuel tanks. So I'm going to turn both of the pumps off. So that. And we're just going to run gas out of the right wing fuel tank until they're stabilized, or equalized rather. Okay, I can turn the left pumps back on. And the fuel is balanced. I'm going to turn the cross feed back off. Alright, tanks are balanced. We're in good shape. I love airplanes. They're so cool. They're so friggin' cool. Yeah, I don't think we're going to need to climb to flight level 360 on this flight. We'll see what happens. Alright, so now it's telling us that our estimated fuel when we land at San Francisco is 9,600 pounds. So we're getting closer to the goal. Between 7 and 9,000, I'll call that acceptable. Alright, so distance to go is 710 nautical miles, and it says we'll be there at 2326 Zulu. So let's just go 4X for a little while.
United 727. Contact 128.6, 128.65. Landmark 4827.
Oh, man.
United 814, turn right heading 075, resume on navigation. United 814.
I muted it during the loudest part of the chewing. Carl and his pickup lines. We love Carl.
United 814, traffic at United 378. Contact United 814, traffic in sight.
United 378. Contact them.
Mm-hmm.
United 378, Denver Center, roger.
Alright. Top of descent is coming up. Top of descent in 556 nautical miles.
Delta 2051, traffic Delta 205, Learjet 584, traffic is 9, Learjet 920, traffic is 2 o'clock, 4 miles, at flight level 333, American Pacific Air.
Okay, I'm gonna try 8X again.
5.675, American Pacific.
I'm getting impatient now. Flying across the U.S. takes almost as long as flying across the North Atlantic. It's pretty ridiculous, actually. How far it is from one side of the U.S. to the other. I think we're over Utah now.
United 378, contact Salt.
Yeah, Salt Lake Center.
United 378,
Salt Lake City Center. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Why the Can song? I don't know. That's what's in there right now.
378, Salt Lake Center, roger.
Yada yada ta 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 yada ta ta ta. Ah, I need to stop that immediately. I can't stop. It's still going in my head. It's all I can do to not vocalize it. It's really bad. It's like painful. It's getting louder. The horns.
Contact Salt Lake Center, United 378. Did you hear me?
Sing something else.
United 378. Center, roger.
What is up, Reefer? We are about to come out of time compression and start our descent into San Francisco.
United 378. United 378, Salt Lake Center, roger.
Yeah, well, this is what I was going to do. This was going to be what my career was until things changed. No regrets. I'm glad with how my life has turned out. Need strobe lights, music, maybe a light crowd. Hold on. Jeez. That's the problem with running it with time compression on. Is if you hit a bump in the air, it sends you way the heck off track. And now we gotta wait for it to catch up with all the traffic. Good Lord. Yeah, well, this specifically is what I was gonna do. Was be an airline pilot. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you, man. That's kind of what happened to me too. Yeah, I ended up jumping out instead. Yeah, I was in flight school and I was going to transfer to an actual airline college. But literally, that is when 9/11 happened, and I needed financial backing in order to go to the airline college. Couldn't get it. The loans and things changed, and I needed a co-signer for it at that point, and I didn't have anyone that could co-sign for me. So I did not become an airline pilot. But I didn't let that stop me. I got a hold of every technical manual that I possibly could, and then they started putting out these really awesome home flight simulators of all these aircraft and things like that. You know, so I bought like the entire Boeing line for my flight sim. You know, these are all like Boeing licensed and endorsed pieces of software, so they're extremely accurate. And I learned how to drive the airliners on my own. And it's a heck of a lot of fun.
Salt Lake Center, American Pacific 2963 with you, flight level 289er, American Pacific 2.
Alright, top of descent is coming up. About 200 nautical miles. Okay, so we're not going to climb. Okay. Are you ready, Antonio fan? You're not going to believe it. Hold on to your seat, because you're not going to believe it. This is FS9. This is Flight Sim 2004. This is, what, a 17-year-old simulator at this point. And I have modded it and built it up over the years, and yeah, that'd be awesome, Reefer. That's still one of my dreams, to go back and finish my, to actually go back and finish my license, go all the way through to commercial. I won't go all the way to ATP, I don't think, but definitely all the way through commercial. But anyway, we're flying a 737-900 extended range from Boston to San Francisco right now, which is basically at the limit of this aircraft's range, but United does use them to fly this route. They have to use the extended range model, of course, though. That's got the extra auxiliary fuel tanks so that it can make the whole trip. We've been using time acceleration most of the way, but
Southwest 1251, Boeing
The problem with using time acceleration is when you start going over the mountains and stuff, because I use a real-world weather generator. You know, not just the built-in weather themes. I have a program that actually plugs into this that gives us real-world weather data. So when you're flying over the mountains and stuff, you get updrafts and, you know, bumps and turbulence and stuff like that. So when you get the time compression on, it amplifies all the aircraft's movement. So when you hit a bump like that, you know, even though we're flying on autopilot, as you do when you're flying an airliner, it can send it out of control almost. So I'm going to go ahead and advance us to like 8x again. See how we're doing. We're coming up on top of descent, and things will get more interesting. Again, we're coming out of the cruise phase. We're going to descend into the San Francisco Bay Area, and we're going to land at San Francisco International, which in real life, I live basically right under the flight path to San Francisco International. I'm just on the other side of the hill, on the ocean side. But I can look out the window right here and tell you it could be a little bit bumpy. It's quite stormy here right now. We actually have a wind advisory, so I thought it would be a whole lot of fun to do a stream where I actually fly some big iron into San Francisco. So that's what we're doing right now. It's definitely IFR conditions, instrument flight rules, so we're not going to be able to do a visual approach. So we're going to let I visited San Francisco once. I enjoyed it. I went to Alcatraz, Golden Gate Bridge, Tea Gardens, and shopping. Yep. Yeah, it's a beautiful place. We don't get to the city much, but we love living on the coast side. It's like, you know, we're a 20-minute drive from San Francisco, but we live in like a rural community south, but on the ocean side. Like, we live right on the ocean. It's amazing. A place called Half Moon Bay. No one knows where that is when I say it, but that's where I am. So I try to describe it where it is.
United 378 Salt Lake Center, roger.
All right. But yeah, I am a major foodie. And the food here is ridiculously good. I think the food that's in our particular area, like Half Moon Bay and then on into San Mateo, we have better food than the city does. Alright, so I'm going to go back to 1X, and we got to figure some stuff out now. So, legs to Inyo.
Southwest 340, turn right heading 340, climb and maintain flight level 320, United 1574, turn left heading 035.
Okay, so what,
United 49er, turn left heading
let me see what, what terminal arrival procedure they're using at San Francisco right now. That'll help us plan our approach here.
Adjust vertical speed. Adjust.
There's traffic. Check that out. And that's what it was just telling me.
Conflict.
Yeah, so that was TCAS warning me of the other plane. You can see them right there. Their contrail.
Traffic. Traffic.
It does its job, huh? Faster than air traffic control could tell me.
o'clock.
Yeah, air traffic control is just now telling me.
737, 47 site. United 1574, traffic is 9 o'clock, 4 miles at flight level 342, Boeing 737, 47 site.
United 378 has the traffic.
United 1574, traffic in sight.
Okay, so let me see what terminal arrival we're using here. The always one. Going to use the INYO transition. Let's see what that's going to do to us here.
Air 6 Charlie Alpha, traffic is 10 o'clock, 4 miles at
Okay, execute. We'll go into legs and make sure that everything's copacetic here.
Charlie Alpha, pass at Moody's in sight.
Yeah, beautiful. Very cool. Alright. So we're going to use the always one.
United 378, contact Oakland Center on 125.75.
Oakland Center United 378 is with you at flight level 340.
United 378, Oakland Center, roger.
Things are going to get interesting now, and they're going to start happening pretty fast at this point.
Orbit 526, you're 300, below your assigned altitude. Turn left heading 060.
Okay, so we're going to descend after Inyo.
2874, contact Los Angeles
Okay.
Center on 127.9er. Southwest 2880, contact Oakland Center on 128.
Okay, so let's take a look at the legs page now and see. Okay, so flight level 270 or above, I'm actually going to lock that in as just a solid flight level 270. Okay, and then I want to lock, so we can cross the lane intersection at flight level 220 or above, so I'm going to lock that in as a hard 220. It's going to get us down faster by getting rid of the conditionals. And He-Fly intersection, we need to cross that at 14,000 or above, so I'm going to lock that in at 14,000. Like I said, that'll just get us down faster. And then Cogger, we're going to cross at 7,000 or above, so we're going to make that a hard 7,000. Next page, let's make sure there's no more conditionals like that. Okay, let's go ahead and execute that. Okay, and that didn't move our descent point, so that's good. It didn't move it back anyway. Moved it forward a little bit. So it's going to be a pretty quick descent. We still don't know which runway we're going to be using. They'll tell us that when we get a little bit closer. And then we'll put that in the FMC as well. Alright, we're crossing over Nevada right now. Coming up on the Reno Lake Tahoe area.
Orbit 3362, contact Oakland Center on 128.8. Going at 128.8.
Take a look-see-poo at everything here again, make sure everything looks good. Progress. Yeah, look at that. Look at that, folks. We are going to land with 7,200 pounds of fuel. What did we plan for? What did we plan for? You guys remember, we're going to land with 7,200 87 pounds of fuel is on the plan. So, very, very close. The fuel management on this flight was perfect. We didn't change speed or anything like that. We did our step climbs right when we were supposed to. We did everything exactly right. Okay, we are now inbound to the Inyo intersection. So once we hit that, we're going to start looking for top of descent. Poetry in motion.
127.9er, Learjet 600.
I'm going to help myself to another little handful of in-flight peanuts here. Let me see here. Look at my arrivals page again. So the always one. Looks like it'll work for basically any runway there. Always one with the Inyo. Oh, well, that's not true. It has to be the 19er runways. Okay, this could get interesting. This could get interesting. Dang it, Nick! Why did you... 270. Lock it in. 220. Lock it in. 14,000. Lock it in. 1, 2, 3. $7,000. Lock it in. Alright, let's see. Top of descent. Turn data off. Okay, so what's going to happen here is, again, I don't know what runway we're going to be using. I am using the standard terminal arrival. That they're using at San Francisco in real time right now. Now, problem with that is this sim sometimes decides to give you a different runway. And that runway may not be compatible with the terminal arrival that we have selected. So if not, we're going to have to just use whatever the ATC vectors to final are. So either way, we'll be okay, but that just makes a little extra work for me potentially. A little bit of scrambling at the last minute to change our plan.
Descend and maintain 9,100. Cleared visual. Runway 27.
But you guys don't have to worry about that. That's all on me.
American Pacific 762.
Trust me, I know what I'm doing.
Right, heading 025. Resume on navigation.
Turn right, heading 025. Resume on navigation.
Okay, one thing that I am going to do for sure right now is I'm going to look. Okay, so 5,000 at Berks.
Descend and maintain 14,000.
So I'm going to go ahead and dial in 5,000 feet on the MCP right now. We can always change that later. But the aircraft will not automatically descend unless you set an altitude lower than what you're currently at. We're currently at 34,000 feet. So when top of descent comes up, this will automatically start to descend.
008. Turn right, heading 215.
We have to get clearance for that first, of course.
Heading 215. 008.
And if they say no go, well then we just have to stay up here a little higher. Okay, I'm going to speed us up to 4x.
Contact 127 point, Oakland Center. Mooney, November 14, Mooney, November.
We'll start our descent.
Mooney, Jet 64. Turn right, clear jet 008. Turn right, heading 350. Descend and maintain shore 61.
Alright, so we passed Inyo. Now you're just hearing a bunch of gibberish right now. It's
Descend and maintain.
because time acceleration is on, so ATC is talking to all these AI aircraft.
World travel 580.
Joined 166.85. World travel 5805.
Oakland Center, American Pacific 762, yard 1 miles, Mooney 576, yard 100 miles, landmark 5466, turn right, heading turnpike, heading 270, climb and maintain flight level 200, turn right, heading 335.
Alright, so once we're within 10 nautical miles of top of descent,
Landmark 5466.
I'll go ahead and ask for flight level 240.
559er, Oakland Center, roger. United 378, contact landmark 5466, joined 126.85, landmark 5466. Mooney 264. United 378, Oakland Center, landmark 1770, Oakland Center, roger.
Alright folks, from the flight deck, this is your captain speaking. We are about to start our descent into the San Francisco area, so if I could ask you all at this particular time to return to your seats and fasten your seatbelt. I am turning back on the fasten seatbelt sign. Make sure that your seat backs and tray tables are in their upright and locked position, and flight attendants will make a final sweep through the cabin in just a few moments here to pick up any remaining service items. We hope you folks have enjoyed your flight, and we'll be on the ground shortly. Thank you. Click. Yeah. What'd you guys think of that, my performance as an airline captain?
World travel 580.
Alright, so there's top of descent in 10 nautical miles.
Descend and maintain flight level 200.
Alright.
Turn right, heading 285. Proceed on course. Descend and maintain flight level 200. World travel 580.
American 16903. Descend and maintain flight level 240.
I cannot wait to get on the ground. Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
World travel
It's the little things. It's the little things that excite me.
on 121.25. Soar 5438. Descend and maintain 16,000.
Oakland Center, United 378 would like to get flight level 340.
United 378.
flight level 240.
Descend and maintain flight level 240. United 378.
Oakland Center, Cessna, November 74120, climbing through 4,200 for 2,000. Cessna, November 74120, Oakland Center, roger.
Next is learning the safety presentation at the start of the flight. Yeah.
Mooney 160, turn left heading 2.
Okay, so we're about to come up on top of descent. That's that right there, the T/D. Can't see it because I got the terrain on. Turn that off. See T/D, that's top of descent. So when we hit that, the plane will start a descent.
Turn left heading 280, proceed on course. Climb and maintain 2,000. Cessna 120. United 387.
All right, here we go.
Flight level 240.
We are descending. There's the bay right in front of us there. Actually, hold on. I've got, oh, never mind. I actually have a thing in here that will play all of those announcements and stuff like that. I don't really use it very much, though. You can't really hear that stuff from the flight deck. I mean, you can't hear when, you know, the crew is giving the safety briefing, so.
United 378, turn right heading 280, descend and maintain flight level 240.
All right. So the aircraft is descending, and then the next thing that's going to happen right here, see this little green marker that says decel? That's a deceleration point. So we need to slow down.
United 378, please expedite your turn to heading 280.
And when we hit that decel point, the plane will automatically begin to slow down. So we got to be ready to put the spoilers out if it's having a problem slowing down with the throttles idle, you know, because gravity. All right, we're back under 30,000 feet. I'm just waiting for them to give me a runway so I can put that in and we can stop worrying about it. Because I'm going to have to do some major jockeying around if they don't give me 19er left or 19er right. Which those are not typical runways to use, but the wind has been so bad here, has been coming from a different direction the past few days. I have noticed that they're bringing planes in from over the ocean when normally they would bring them in. They'd come south and come in over the San Mateo Bridge, which I can't see them from that vantage point if they're coming in that way. But that's the way that they normally come in. So we'll see what happens. This could be some interesting flight computering.
Expedite your turn to heading 280.
2,000 feet.
United 378, please expedite your turn to heading 280.
Yeah, so they're trying to bring me into the west, so I think they are going to use the runway that I'm going to be using. But again, the AI air traffic control in this flight simulator is not... I'm going to put the spoilers out to slow us down. We hit the decel point. So you can see the spoilers are out right now. That's these things right here that pop up off the wing. It disrupts the airflow over the wing, creates extra drag, and slows us down.
Landmark 1770 Oakland Center. Roger.
Because the throttles are basically idle right now, and we're a little too fast.
Turn right heading 280.
But anyway, what I was saying was,
1770. Turn right heading 285. Proceed on course. Descend and maintain 12,000.
what?
Airwave 2395.
Hold on. I keep getting stepped on.
Center on 121.25.
Descend and maintain 14,000, United 378. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the AI air traffic control in this simulator does not understand
Turn right heading 280.
the newest arrival and departure procedures. So I kind of have to ignore some of their vectoring if I'm actually using like a real world arrival.
Traffic, traffic,
United
traffic, traffic,
There's traffic out over there.
traffic, traffic,
I know.
traffic, traffic,
I know.
traffic, traffic,
Going at 121.25.
traffic, traffic,
1770.
I see him.
United 378, please expedite your turn to heading 280. United 378, contact Oakland Center on 121.25.
Going to 121.25, United 378. Good day.
Learjet 256, climb and maintain flight level 290.
Oakland Center, United 378 is with you, descending 14,000.
United 378, Oakland Center, roger. Landmark 5913, have the traffic. Southwest 671, climb and maintain flight level 230. Climb and maintain flight level 230, Southwest 671. Cessna 504, traffic is 9 o'clock, 3 miles at 14,000. Cessna Aeronet, report limit side United 378. Please expedite your turn to heading 280.
There they are. You can just barely see them. If you're not on a 45-inch screen like I am, I don't know if you can see it, but there's traffic right there.
Please expedite your turn to heading 280. Southwest 2322. Contact Oakland Center on 122.
Okay, we're about to dip below 18,000 feet again, so we're going to come out of standard on the altimeter and go back to local.
7,000, Boeing 737. Report limit side Cessna 544. You are 56 miles southeast. Turn left heading 265. Expect vectors. Visual runway liner left approach. Landmark 1770.
They were warning me of the traffic, but I saw them before they did because of the TCAS in this plane.
Runway 11 approach. United 378. You are 67 miles east. Turn right heading 340. Expect vectors. ILS. Runway 19 left approach.
Oh, thank God. 19er left. Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm so happy. Okay. Turn right heading 340, expect vectors ILS runway 19er left approach, United 378. Okay, so,
Turn right heading 290.
what do we say, 37 left? I mean, 19er left.
Approach. Landmark 1770.
Said 19er left, right? I already forgot, yes. 19er left.
322. Landmark 1770. Contact Oakland Center.
19er left.
6.85.
Cute.
United 378.
Thanks, let's make sure that we don't have a discontinuity. No, we're good.
6.85. Landmark
Beautiful. Oh my goodness. This should be very easy.
Oakland Center on 126.85.
This will be very smooth. Say again, United 378.
United 378, contact Oakland Center on 126.85.
Going to 126.85, United 378, good day.
Descend. Descend.
Oakland Center, United 378 is with you at 14,500 feet.
United 378, Oakland Center. Roger. Altimeter 3003.
3003, got it.
United 378, traffic is 2 o'clock, 3 miles at 11,900. Boeing 737, report them in sight.
United 378 has a traffic. Okay, so now,
378, please expedite your turn to heading 340.
okay, so 280. Okay, 2,800 feet. Okay, and then let's go ahead and lock in our landing speed. Go to init ref. And we're going to come in at 141 knots with 40 degrees of flaps.
United 378,
Legs.
100 below your assigned altitude.
Drag required, eh?
Heading 340, climb and maintain 14,000. Altimeter 3003.
One niner left. One niner left is what they said.
3.85, Cessna 544.
One niner left.
Traffic. Traffic.
Oakland Center, American Pacific 77905 is climbing through flight level 222 for flight level 230.
United 378, please expedite your climb to 14,000. Cessna 560, turn right to heading 165. American Pacific 77905, Oakland Center, Roger. Pacifica 1.
Alright, so now the primary flight display has already got the ILS loaded for our landing runway. So we'll be able to perform a full auto land.
14,000.
That is the way.
United 378, contact Stockton approach on.
Yeah, airliners like this.
1.85.
Going to 123.85, United 378, good day. Stockton approach, United 378 is with you at 10,500.
Cessna 968, descend and maintain 1,200. United 378, Stockton approach, Roger, altimeter 3003.
3003.
17832, Stockton approach, Roger, altimeter 3003.
Descend and maintain 4,200. Cessna 968.
United 378, please expedite your climb to 14,000.
All right. Man, this has been a long flight, but it's almost over. My viewership on this stream has been great. This is the best I've ever done on a flight sim stream. I keep hovering between 3 and 4, 3 and 4 people.
Please expedite your climb to 14,000. Piper November 17832, Stockton approach, Roger, current altitude.
I think it's 3 and 4 actual people. I know there's at least 3 real people here.
Heading 180. Pacifica 1154, turn right to heading 2.
Alright, we're under 10,000 feet. I'm going to go ahead and turn landing lights on.
Heading 2.
Yeah, something like that.
Pacifica 1154.
Alright, all the external lightage is on.
Contact Oakland Center on 126.85. United 378, please expedite your climb to 14,000.
We are all kinds of ready.
left heading 180, Piper 832. United 378, please expedite your climb to 14,000.
Okay, so we're going to decelerate in about 10 nautical miles once again. To what speed?
Traffic. Traffic.
210 knots. So we'll go ahead and start putting flaps out at that point.
6.85, Pacifica 11.
Traffic. Traffic.
Heading 280. JetBlue 1136, Stockton approach, roger.
Traffic. Traffic.
003. United 378, please expedite your climb to 14,000.
Traffic. Traffic.
6.85, Piper 832. Cessna Diner 68,
Traffic. Traffic.
4 miles at 10,500, Airbus A320.
Yeah, it's getting cloudier and cloudier the closer we get to
Traffic.
the airport.
Traffic.
United 378, please expedite your climb to 14,000.
This is going to be fun.
Traffic. Traffic.
Pacifica 1154. Stockton.
I'm excited. I think this is going to be...
Traffic. Traffic.
10,000.
Traffic. Traffic.
Contact Travis.
It's going to be a good one. But there is a lot of air traffic in the area.
Adjust vertical speed. Adjust.
3003. United 378.
Traffic.
Please
Traffic.
climb to 14,000.
Adjust vertical speed. Adjust.
There's traffic right there.
Traffic. Traffic. Descend. Descend.
Diner 68. Traffic is 3 o'clock. 3 miles.
Traffic. Traffic.
Boeing 737. Report
Descend.
to the site.
Descend.
United 378. Please expedite your climb to 14,000.
Traffic. 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 Descend. Descend.
1154.
Traffic. Traffic.
I'm going to do us all a favor here real quick. Can you guess what it is? Hold on just a second. An air traffic density down to about 25%. I can do that.
Traffic. Traffic.
Damn it, that one's still there though. Okay, there we go. A bunch of them just disappeared.
378. Traffic is 9 o'clock. 3 miles at 7,200. Cessna Skylane. Report to the site.
Starting to get just a little bit bumpy.
Please expedite your climb to 14,000.
Wow, that really improves my frame rate too. I just noticed.
10 o'clock. 4 miles.
Turn the traffic down to 25%, it's way smoother.
Report to the site. Airway 723. Traffic is 3 o'clock. 4
Okay, we're under 8,000 feet now.
Cessna Skylane. Report to the site.
About to hit that decel point, so I'm going to go ahead and start putting flaps out now at this point.
Your climb to 14,000.
I'm going to put out 5 degrees of flaps. That'll help slow us down, and it'll help keep the nose down a little bit too.
78. Traffic is 9 o'clock. 3 miles at 5,300. Adelaide Dash 8. Report to the site. Airway 723. Traffic is 2 o'clock. 3 miles at 7,700. Boeing 737. Report to the site.
United 378 has the traffic.
United 378. Turn right heading 360. Climb and maintain 14,000. Speed bird 287. Heavy. Turn right heading 255. United 378. Your 25 miles northeast. Turn left heading 220. Descend and maintain 2,900. Clear ILS. Runway 19er. Left approach. Maintain 2,900 until established on the local list. Contact San Francisco Tower on 120.5.
Sure.
Airway 723. Contact Travis approach on 119.9er. Speedbird 287. Heavy. Turn right heading 285.
Turn left heading 220, descend and maintain 2,900. We will maintain 2,900 until established. United 378. San Francisco Tower.
Go Tower.
Damn it.
3850. Ready for IFR departure. Runway 19er right.
Southwest 3850, cleared for takeoff. Runway 19er right.
San Francisco Tower.
Takeoff.
Ah.
Runway 19er right. Southwest 3850.
San Francisco Tower United 378 is inbound on the Always 1 to ILS 19er left.
United 378, San Francisco Tower. Fly straight in. Runway 19er left. Altimeter 3004.
Fly straight in, runway 19er left, United 378. Okay, we're going to go ahead and set the auto brakes to 2. We're going to set the automatic spoilers. Right now, they're armed. Alright, this is it, folks. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival.
246, exit runway when able. Southwest 3850, contact Bay, departure on 134.5.
Going to 134.5, Southwest 3850.
Alright, we're going to go ahead and go into approach mode.
246, turn next taxiway.
Going to decrease the speed to
San Francisco Tower, airwaves 36.
195 knots.
19er, right IFR to Washington.
Airwaves 3643.
And then we'll go 146 when we're on final.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 19er, right airwaves 3643.
Orbit 246, exit runway when able.
Okay, VNAV is disengaged. Waiting for LNAV to disengage. LNAV is disengaged. Go ahead and slowing down to VREF. 146 knots.
Orbit 8246, exit runway when able.
Okay, flaps 10. Flaps 15, gear down. Three green, flaps 25. BREF, flaps 40. Alright. Speed brake is armed, auto brake is set to 2. MCP is set for approach. Here we go, y'all. And again, in an aircraft like this, they can land themselves way better than any human can. So, unless there's a reason to land it manually, you don't.
Orbit 8246, exit.
Right now, there's no reason to land it manually. But I can change at any moment, and I can take over control at any moment.
Going at 121.8, orbit 8246.
You see, I mean, we can't even see the runway right now. There's this bank of clouds right here, and the airport's under them. But we can see it on the navigation display, and we'll be able to see it on the primary flight display right here. Okay, we are configured for landing. I'm just going to check one more time. Okay, speed brakes are armed. The auto brake is set to 2. Flaps are 40. 3 green on the landing gear. We're at VREF 146 knots. And let's just real quick double check what rejected altitude is. It's 3,000 feet or above, so we'll go ahead and set 3,000 feet. There we are, all configured for landing. Beautiful airplane. That's us. We're all in there.
$2,500.
Okay, so now it's going to start calling out the altitude above the ground to us. That's the radar altimeter. Don't freak out. That's good. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to be ready with the thrust reversers. So as soon as it calls 20 feet above the runway, we're going to pull the throttle all the way back, and then as soon as we touch down on the mains, we're going to lower the nose to the runway and engage the thrust reversers. And that'll slow us down. And the automatic spoilers will pop out at that point. We'll slow down real fast. But it gets loud.
San Francisco Tower, Speedbird 287 Heavy is 11 miles northeast, inbound ILS, runway 19er left approach.
Bird 287 Heavy, San Francisco Tower.
There it is!
Runway 19.
San Francisco! There's the runway!
006 United.
Ah, I feel like crying. This works so well. I just love it when it all works. Cleared to land, runway 19er, United 378. See you guys in a minute.
Make straight in, runway 19er left, Speedbird 287 Heavy.
San Francisco Tower, United 769er at runway 19er right, ready for takeoff. IFR to Los Angeles. United 769er cleared for takeoff. Runway 19er right. Cleared for takeoff. Runway 19er right. United 769er.
I live just on the other side of that hill.
10 miles northeast, inbound ILS, runway 19er left approach.
United 902 Heavy.
Those hills right there, I can see from my backyard.
9er left. Altimeter 3006.
1,000.
1,000.
United 902 Heavy. San Francisco Tower.
Okay, and we gotta be ready to make a go around if we need to, but this looks like a nice,
Runway
this is gonna be a nice simple auto land.
Airwave 723, San Francisco Tower. Take straight in, runway 19er left, altimeter 3006. Bird 287 Heavy, cleared to land, runway 19er left. Follow the aircraft on final.
Make straight in, runway 19er left, airwave 723. Clear to land, runway 19er left, Speedbird 287 Heavy. San Francisco Tower, United 1575, ready for IFR departure, runway 19er right.
United 1575,
400.
taxi into the
400 feet. Coming up on minimums.
United 1575.
United 902
300.
Heavy, cleared to land, runway 19er left, number 2 for landing. Follow Boeing 747 on final.
Minimums.
All right, minimums, we are committed. Here we go.
Left, number 2, United 902 Heavy.
100. 50.
Light slow.
40. 30. 20.
20, throttles are closed.
United
Touchdown, noses down. Thrust reversers are open. Looking for 60 knots. Looking for 60 knots.
United 1575, cleared for takeoff. Runway 19er right.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 19er right, United 15.
Hey, 60 knots. Reversers are closed.
23, cleared to land. Runway 19er left. Number 3.
Auto brakes are off. Manual braking.
47 on final. United 378, exit runway when able.
Cleared to land, runway 19er left, number 3, airwave 723.
Okie doke.
Go around.
Now, just because I'm me,
7 feet for contact ground on 121.8.
I always like to watch my landings. Instant replay of the last 60 seconds.
30. 20. 10.
Gorgeous. Nothing like it, man. That's the most exciting sound in the world. Yeah, so you can see the thrust reversers are open while I closed them. The spoilers are up. That all happens automatically. We'll watch that touchdown one more time. Gorgeous. Alright, so here we go for the
30, 20, 10.
Beautiful. Okay, I've seen enough. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and hold short here. Okay, let me slow us down all the way here. Alright, let's go ahead and close the spoilers. Put the flaps up.
United 1575.
Taxi parking. San Francisco ground, United 378. Request taxi at the gate. Okay, let's start the APU.
United 378, taxi to gate Bravo 12, via taxi
Okay,
Hotel Alpha.
those lights off. Steady, turn the APU bleed back on. Say again, United 378.
United 378,
Oh.
taxi to gate Bravo 12, using taxi
Gate Bravo
Hotel
12.
Alpha.
Taxiing to gate Bravo 12. United 378. Alright, we'll turn on the old progressive taxi. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's see, how much gas did we land with? 5,400 pounds. Okay, so this is an active runway right now, so we need to make sure there's nobody coming. I mean, they would stop us if there was, but
San Francisco ground, Southwest 902.
we need to watch on our own too.
Taxi IFR.
Southwest 927, taxi.
Okay, APU is on. Let me go ahead and get the APU on bus.
Alpha Echo. Contact Alpha 120.5.
Taxi hold short runway 19er right via taxiway Alpha Echo.
Okie doke. Alright folks, well welcome to San Francisco. We know you have we know you have a choice when flying, so thank you for flying flying Nick Strait Airlines. It's going to take us just a few minutes to taxi back to the gate, so please please leave your safety belts fastened until we arrive at the gate, and I turn off the fasten seatbelt sign.
902 heavy.
Okay. Well, that's why I couldn't see it. The Bravo 12 is behind me. Hold on, let me get turned around.
United 902, heavy, hold position. Caution at Boeing 737 on the taxiway.
Position United 902 heavy.
United 902, heavy, continue taxi.
Roger, United 902 heavy.
Get us pulled up to the gate. Hoo-ha. All right, well, thanks for hanging out with me today, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed our flight from Boston to San Francisco today aboard our beautiful 737-900 extended range. You voted for it on Instagram. You got it. I'm always more than happy to fly the heavy iron. You know I like to fly the little planes too, but this is a different kind of magic. Very rewarding. I turned the APU on, right? I had a little panic moment for a second. Yes, I'm in dual bleed, so. I was going to say, otherwise I'm going to turn the engines off and it's going to get very dark in here very quickly. Yeah, so anyway, so I'm going to get some more music recorded this week. And then I will share it with you guys on Friday. Show you what I've done. And we'll have some fun doing some music, some musicking. But this week has been a hard week already. My wife's twin sister and her husband are having a house built. Or while they're in the big preliminary stages of having it built, and we had to go put up what are called the story poles this weekend. That is because the city planning council has a lack of imagination, or they can't read a blueprint, or I don't know what. But we had to go put up a wooden frame that represents the house. We had to go out to the property, and we had to basically build the frame of the house. We couldn't find any contractors that could do it in the time frame that we needed, so we did it ourselves. Can you believe that? That's ridiculous. I cannot believe that we did that. So we went and built a frame to represent, like where the walls are going to be and how high they're going to be and everything. And it took 2 solid days of work, and I have never been so sore in my entire life. When they came out to inspect it on Monday, the lady from the city planning council was like, "Wow, who did you find to do this on such short notice?" She was impressed. It was done quickly and a very good job. So we did it ourselves. We've never done anything like that before. But yeah, it was crazy. We had a bunch of wood delivered, and we cut it to size, and man, but it was all rainy. It was rainy and windy. But we had a good time. It took us, I don't know, but 16, 17, and then my father-in-law and I went on Monday morning and reinforced some of the beams. And so, I don't know, like 20 hours of work over a couple of days. And it was intense physical manual labor. Okay, since I don't have a marshaller, I'm going to go ahead and use this view to get us into the gate. Normally you'd have a marshaller, the guy that stands out there with the paddles and shows you exactly where to make the turn, because you can't see it from the cockpit. So they marshal you in. Yeah, it was pretty hardcore. It's like I don't know if I ever want to do anything like that again. But you know what? I'm proud of us. We all worked together as a family, and we got it done, man. I mean, we got it done. All right, so we're pulled into the gate here. I'm going to go ahead and shut off the engines. All right, engines are shut down. Yeah, I don't know what the plan for Saturday is yet. All right, fasten the fasten belts sign is off now, so you guys are all free to get up and do whatever the heck you want to do. I'm just going to go ahead and turn the packs off and get us all shut down. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do on Saturday yet. I almost was going to be there on Saturday too, but I had the stream, and luckily my family is very supportive of that. They know how important it is for me to keep that going and not lose any momentum with it. So they all went and worked on the house without me on Saturday. Can I not hit that switch? Okay. Yeah, so I don't know exactly what we're going to do on Saturday. If you have suggestions, make them. Certainly, if you have a suggestion, make it. Or I'll think of something. I don't know. We'll figure something out, and we'll have fun. It will be something music related, I can tell you that much for sure. Yeah. Okay. So everything's shut down. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Hey, bus transfer. Hot tub stream. You start over the hills, maybe. Yeah. I was kind of thinking about that. That would be a lot of fun. Come on. Okay, standby power is off. Yeah. Had a hot tub. We had a hot tub at the cabin that we stayed at on our vacation last week. Logo lights off, anti-collisions off, strobe and steady. We're just gonna leave the airplane totally dark. We're just gonna frickin' turn it off all the way. Battery, let's go to standby power on both of these guys. Everything that's off, everything that needs to be off is off at this point. I'll go ahead and turn the battery off. Okay. The airplane. She is dead. Alright. Well, that was our beautiful mount. Brought us all the way from Boston. Yeah, ruminations in a hot tub. Excellent. Beautiful, beautiful plane. Let's see if I can I do this? Can I go? Hold on. See if I can make this work. Hold on. That's traction. Can you still hear me? Is this working? It's probably not working. I don't think it's working. Hold on. Oh, you can. You can still hear me. Okay. Well, cool. All right. Well, anyway, I don't understand why it's working, because it's going through my traction audio plugin. I don't have traction booted up, so I don't understand why it's working, but I'm glad it is. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know what else to say. Does it still sound like I'm on a headset, or does it just sound normal now? This could be okay. It just sounds normal. Well, that could be handy. I can just go back and forth between these things. Put this thing in the middle here. Cool. All right. Well, let's see if I can do this without. See if I can get this to stand up. I've got my webcam on a little tripod that's not doing a good job at standing up on its own. Hold on. Yeah, so we'll do something cool on Saturday. I can tell you definitively, though, it's not going to be a hot tub stream. I'm sorry. That would be pretty sick, though. All right. Anyway, folks. Well, thanks for hanging out with me. That was fun. That was one of my longest streams ever. Almost 4 hours. I can't believe it. Wow. Jeez. All right. Well, anyway, I'm gonna let you all go back to your normal lives. I think my stats are gonna be pretty good for this stream, though. Like, it's been at 3 for quite a while, so I mean, it's at least affiliate level stats for this stream, I think. And this is way longer than my normal music streams, but anyway, I love you guys dearly. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out, and I can't wait to see you guys on Friday. We'll have fun. Anyway, I will let you go. Wash your hands, wear your mask, get vaxxed as soon as you can. I love you with all my heart, and I want you to be around as long as you possibly can be. So please do take care of yourself, take care of those around you. Doo-Doo8, thank you so much. You're a trooper, man. You've been here for 4 hours. It's got to be super late where you are. Reefer, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Carl, thanks for chiming in and showing us your pickup line. B, I know you were here for a little bit. So anyway, you guys are awesome. I love you. I have the best viewers on Twitch as far as I'm concerned. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Friday. Until I see you again, please take care of yourself. I love you guys. I wish you all nothing but peace, love, happiness, and all the good things. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Attention, all you high-class social climbers, play your games. Meet the man that works the clock from 9 to 5 each day. Though you sign my paychecks, buddy, you ain't no mystic sage. Your signature ain't worth the ink you leave upon the page. You will not ignore me, I'll meet you in the morning. I think it's time you had a look at the other side of life. Can't you see the warnings? We're heading towards the morning. And you can't stop the sun that shines a brand new kind of light. Whoa, 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 whoa. Looking down your nose at me, you think you're something else. You must think I'm the dog that drools each time you ring the bell. Well, I am not your servant of its most unholy kind. I am just a messenger here to free your minds. You will not ignore me, I'll meet you in the morning. I think it's time you had a look at the other side of life. Can't you see the warnings? We're headed towards the morning. You can't stop the sun that shines a brand new kind of light. Oh, 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 oh. One day soon the sun will rise upon this human race. all the beauty that surrounds us in this place. It's not from all the things you buy with money you have earned. It's how you treat the people with the love that you have learned.